Who reported on the woman who dies in the house fire? Where are my 1B people? Okay, we got Zach, we got Bailey. Good, Zach, so start me off here. Who reported on the woman who dies in the house fire? Mrs. Blake. And she is a neighbor. Excellent. Bailey, what'd you think? Who does she seem to resemble and why? This is pronounced, by the way, Beatty, not Beatty. Captain Beatty. Why, Bailey? Okay. Both oppose books. What do you think, Bailey? I'm not sure that you've really gotten this very much in the novel yet, but what do you think about Mildred? Do you think that she would support or oppose books? Mildred, Montag's wife. Remember, what does she do on a daily basis? She does read the scripts. So you think she's going to support or reject books? Yeah, you're right. So she's going to reject books. I'm sorry?
I think she's kind of brain dead.
She's totally brain dead. There's nothing happening from the neck up. And the more you read, the more convinced you'll be of that. That there's a whole lot of nothing going on up here. But we don't say Mildred necessarily. You don't say Mildred at this point. You're saying Captain Beatty. Why Mildred, or why Captain Beatty instead of Mildred? I'll throw that out to anybody because Bailey's already given me some good information. Aaron. And what'd she do? She did something, right?
Yeah, like she did something.
Mildred doesn't seem to do anything. And Mildred never seems to look outside. She just seems to look at her wall parlor. So, yeah, Beatty is active. Beatty actively punishes people with books. Mrs. Blake seems to actively punish her neighbor with books. All right. Question 3. Why? Why do they do this? That's a big question. Which character? Bailey's group has said Captain Beatty. And we have a couple reasons. Both oppose books and both are active. Jessica. Perhaps both Beatty and Mrs. Blake like to follow society, whatever society tells them to do, and they tell them to capture people who burn books, or who have books, so there we go. What else? So you've got this idea, Aaron, of them being kind of brainwashed into it? Good. So it's not necessarily active will. Let's brainstorm, though. What other reasons would there be for somebody turning in their neighbor? Why would you tell on somebody? You don't like them. Ooh, hold on. That's good. Hold on a second, Jeremy. I want to explore that in a moment. But cruelty or revenge. You're selfishly cruel, and you decide that it's fun to watch people suffer. You turn people in just because you think it's kind of funny. You want to see them get busted. Or you're turning them in simply because society tells you to, and you're a dutiful little robot and you do whatever they say. Both of those are good. Now the other one that Jeremy said is also excellent. Fear of reprisal. Reprisal means that something will come back to you. You will face consequences if you do not. A little bit more than karma, more like if I don't, let's situate it in Nazi Germany. If I don't turn in the Jews next door, and the Nazis find out that I didn't turn in the Jews next door, then I'm in trouble. Does that make sense? So it's more than karma. Karma is kind of this idea of justice, of things being just and fair and right, whereas this is fear of tyranny, fear of somebody who's abusing their authority. So there's a little bit of a difference there. Very good. Why would they turn them in? Why on earth would any human being with the slightest amount of in when they know very well that that will destruction or survival? Okay, so survival right here. Selfishness, cruelty and evil. There's another possibility. They just don't think. Now, Bradbury doesn't really answer this question fully. He doesn't come out directly and say it because I think he wants you entertaining all three of these ideas. And excellent. You're seeing how it could be any of those. He's going to continue to develop other people who inform on people, who tell on people. You'll see other examples. Bradbury's a neat author for high school students, especially in this novel, because if you didn't get the first time, he'll create another character who does the same thing, and then he'll create another character who does the same thing. So you can sort of see it from multiple angles.